Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night wherever you are. We are once again back with Run and Bun. A lot quicker than last time, only a week between the last stream and this one. And that's in no small part, of course, because it's Christmas vacation or winter holidays, however you want to call it. Per the nature of my work, the next 2 weeks I'm just off fully, resulting in me having quite a bit of time to just, you know, stream and try and get further in this game. So I've set 2 goals for myself in this vacation. One of which does not really involve my Twitch stream. One of which, of course, does, and that is I want to see if I can hit affiliate. The reason I'm saying that is because, like, have like 3 out of 4 things I can get. The only thing I really want to push for is I need like an average 3 viewers per stream or something like that. Pardon me. So, yeah, that is the hardest one, naturally. Hopefully, I can get that to work. I'm generally always at 1, and that 1 is Nightbot and or Stream Elements. I don't know which of the 2 it is, actually, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Last time, 2 things. We went from Bridge Rival all the way up to Fortree Gym. Did like 1 battle inside and then it got too late. We also, kind of by accident, but we don't really mind, got a sneezer. The reason I say by accident is because we were heading towards, what's it called again, Scorched Slab, which of course is blocked off by Kecleon, but I did not know that. This is the first time I got this far, and I have not really seen that specific bit yet. Side note, if anyone noticed like too loud or whatever, do let me know. I do see I'm peaking a bit. I don't know if it's like just me needing to fumble with some settings or whatever. Yeah. So that was like the main 2 things of the last stream. And that brings me to what we need to do this stream. What I have prepared so far is every single fight up until, I need to say it correctly, up until Winona. I have not prepared Winona, and there's a few fights where I'm not quite sure if I can improve it. So I might be doing a little bit of work on stream. Definitely for Winona, but maybe also for the few fights in between. Because there's like a small few risks that I'm taking here and there, you know? And I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, so to speak. Which leads me to, where were we? Last time we fought, I believe, only Expert Kevin. Actually, no, I checked just now off stream, and the next fight is Picnicker Ashlyn. Ashley, excuse me. For that, we do have a plan, but I want to make sure that that plan is ironclad. So I'm going to quickly do a check over on the damage calculator. That's this one. I always kind of forget to set this one up correctly. In no small part because of the fact that, yes, spoilers, this was the team I had in mind. like setting up this page in particular is a little bit annoying because of how it's structured. I need to make like a custom window size. So yeah, this is always like the more annoying setup, or the scene to set up. Always takes like a minute, and it's just a minute, so it's not like it's a big deal, but anyway, so that's one. And two. Okay, yeah, so let's go over what the plan is here. Let's highlight the colors. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. First one, easy. Electrode KOs Pelipper. The plan here is to bait out Scizor, which we do regardless of my plan of swapping out Icy Wind in the rain. Yes. So Scizor, who is going to acrobatics me, because I'm faster, and I do see he does see a 2-shot that I can 2-shot it. We can go to Costa to take the acrobatics, baiting most likely Buck Bite. Not just most likely, it's just baiting Bug Bite, which Salazzle can take, and then Flamethrower kills. And even these two combined cannot kill it. That is exactly what I had in mind. The Duck comes in, clicks one of Surf or Psyshock. Slower can take that. And that's where the risks come in. And it's really dependent on, like, basically, I need to see, like, not too many crits. That's really all it is. But because I've been looking ahead a bit, one of the things I'm heavily considering is over-leveling Slowbro. Slowbro at level 70 learns Slack Off, which is an incredible move. Having the ability to heal is very sparse naturally in the Nuzlocke, especially a hardcore one. Like, okay, not especially, but in hardcore Nuzlocke, you're not allowed to heal. So having a healing move is incredible. Which is the exact reason why it could be very useful here as well. Because in the rain, Surf doesn't outdamage your heal. So you can maybe stall a bit through using Slack Off once or twice. It gives you that little bit of wiggle room. Because one of the risks here is potentially sacking Kingdra, which if I were to level Slowbro, giving it Slack Off and a little bit extra bulk, I should no longer be afraid of. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what the thresholds would be, just in case. I think that might even put it out of range of the move I'm afraid of. I think that might just work. Just straight up work. Because, with that extra level, with the ability to Slack Off, as you can tell, I have the intent to have the Flame Orb on Slowbro. try not to, like, reveal too much of my plan, but I do want to, like, work this out. Like, if need be, if I get crit on Surf, I can slack off once to, like, make sure that I'm not crit again. Because then, the main thing is... The main thing is that in a specific situation involving like a bunch of crits, I cannot guarantee a Surf while Slowbro is in. That is basically the one thing I need to have happen, and by leveling Slowbro, I can guarantee that. Yes, that is true. So it does help for this fight as well. I'm gonna skip ahead just like 3 fights. This was the other fight where I wanted to maybe have it over-leveled, I believe. Yup, and for this one I was already kind of assuming it. The main advantage would be stalling purposes. And then the only question is, do I need Slowbro with Slack Off against Winona? And the answer there is a definitely maybe. I've not like I said, I've not really. I've like some vague things for Winona, like, oh, I know Hisuian Arcanine can do things. I know Talonflame can do things. I know Avila can do things. I know Mamo can do things. I know Slowbro can do things. Prim can do things. So I have like a general team in mind, but not really anything concrete yet. That can come later, of course. Like, that's not really something I need to bank on yet. So, looking at it, if I am gonna force that anyway, then it can also work here and eliminate the risk of maybe losing Amon. Is that true? Yes. That all but guarantees that I don't lose him on. Then I'm gonna do that already. Okay, and that means this plan goes slightly different, but the general gist of it still works. So I'm just battle ready. Let's grab everyone. We need Will. We need Melly. We need Cress. We need Costa. I always forget her. Grant, right? And then the final swap I need to make is who am I missing? Because Flannery is not supposed to be here. Oh, it's Kingdra. It's Claire. Claire there. Then the items, we only need an Oranberry for Melly. We need a no, we need the Muscle Band. The Muscle Band. No, not the Life Orb. The Muscle Band. One second, there's someone. Being a bit of a jackass. Why do I have to do this? Okay, can't find anything real quick, so I'll just leave it to the rest of the people. Moving on, we need a citrus for Caracosta. It should not come into play, but it's there as insurance. Will is gonna get a flame orb. A very sparsely used item, but crucial for this fight. We need charcoal for Salazzle. Where'd I put it? I have two of them, right? Yeah, charcoal. And I need a lumberry. Specifically a lumberry for Kingdra. And I need to do some leveling. Let's do that first. Melee, Crest, Grant, I'm gonna keep on 65. Will, I could keep on a lower level, but I'm not going to. Pardon me. And Claire needs to be fully leveled. And then we're also going to be using a rare candy here for Will. It's a sparse resource once again. It's one I am willing to entertain. It is, however, also one that I should not be using much more beyond this point. I'm gonna quickly give myself an extra location. I need to quickly write down that I used a rare candy. And it's on slow row level 70. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more rare candies. So I have effectively 2 more. If I want to use, I have 6 at the end. Yeah, okay. That's the thing. That is fine. That is something I cannot really entertain. Just gonna hop off here. I'm not gonna get distracted by it. Alright, I want to make sure that I have rare candy on Will. This gives it slack off, which we are going to teach over Break Break. The other moves are, like Break Break, it was easily replaceable anyway. And now finally I need to use a TM. We don't use them much, but in this case, we kind of need to. Icy Wind for Claire. I could theoretically have done it for Will, I guess, but not in this situation. We're going to get rid of Hydro Pump for the very, very simple reason Hydro Pump is easily replaceable. We can easily get it back because it's one of the moves that is tutorable. I'm going to double check that if it's not like... I'm gonna double check that because I might be conflating it with like the others, like Fire Blast and shit. No, Hydro Pump is part of that set. It's Blizzard, Hydro Pump, Fire Blast, Thunder. So I'm not wrong. I can get Hydro Pump back quite easily. So we're gonna get rid of it for now. It's also kind of necessary for the right baiting in the next fight. We cannot pre-damage. We have the right mod in the lead. Then here we go. First fight of the day. So I hope everyone is having, like, probably most of you are having vacation now, right? I wager, at least. Double checking. Yep. So, anyone got any plans? Anyone got anything that they want to do in their Christmas holidays? I'm seeing both my in-laws and my own family, my own parents, on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, respectively. And then seeing both of them again on the 2 days after, respectively. That's just how it kind of boiled down. Okay, so Pelipper sets up the rain with drizzle, and that's kind of permeating throughout this fight. That's fine. We can handle that. We can even abuse it a little bit. To abuse it, we don't care with Melee. Melee is faster than Choice Scarf Pelipper. So we can just Volt Switch and KO it with ease. So Pelipper down. We go to Claire. With Hydro Pump removed, the mon that should come in is Scizor. Let's see if that's the case. Claire, rain continues to fall. And Scizor, perfect. Scizor here does see that we can technically out-damage it, or two-shot it with Waterfall. It's not quite true, but for all intents and purposes. So it's going to Acrobatics us. We're going to take that with Grant. I want to make sure that, like... Okay, I didn't miss that. Okay, good. Okay, that's Acrobatics taken. And now he is going to Bug Bite me. So we're going to go to Roxy on that Bug Bite. Alright, perfect. And we are now faster. And Flamethrower, even in the rain, is a guaranteed kill on Scizor. Scizor's therefore is going to Bullet Punch us. To still deal that last bit of damage to us. And that's fine. That is Scizor down. 2 out of 4. Golduck now comes in, because Golduck always sees a fast kill, and we are faster than the Decidueye, so we're not afraid of anything there. It's going to be Surf or Psyshock. Will can take both. So we're going to switch to Will. If we get crit, we use Slack Off. If we don't, or we get Psyshocked, which is basically what we needed anyway. Perfect. Now, the mon that we want to switch in is Kingdra. However, Golduck has Hypnosis, and we do not want Kingdra to be falling asleep on the turn that we switch it in. This is why we gave Will a Flame Orb, to burn it and therefore deny it of any use of Hypnosis. Will absolutely walls this Golduck to no end. Barring Surf, which is like a decently strong move. That's the move he's going to use right now, so we're going to switch to Claire. Claire can take that Surf just fine, quad resists it, and has to do one thing and one thing only. If this crits, we did okay. We didn't get crit, so we kind of did it for nothing, but whatever. We need him to be a little bit slower, because we need to set up a chain kill. To do that, we use Icy Wind. And this is why we had a Lumberry, so that if he Hypnosis, we could wake up with the Lumberry. We did specifically a Lumberry, not a Chesto Berry, because the move it would use otherwise in this situation is Ice Beam. And we did not want to get frozen either, naturally. Golduck is now just a little bit slower. Why we need it, I'm going to explain a little bit. For now, we're going to set up the same song and dance, or the same movement. We're going to go back to Will on what is either Ice Beam or Hypnosis. Will can take both. Will baits Surf. Perfect. We get some burn, that is fine. I'm gonna do a little bit of stalling and I'm gonna slack off. Take one Surf and heal back up. We should be slightly more healthy after. It's not really necessary, it's just insurance. It's a way for us to maybe save a berry. So now we go to Melly. Yeah, now we go to Melly. And Melly is going to take that Surf. We are always outside of Surf range, and we are always outside of Psyshock range. If I were to get crit by this Surf, then I have an Oran Berry and we'd still be outside of Surf range. We're not outside of Psyshock range, actually, but that does not really matter. We're now going to Volt Switch. We need to make sure to do a little bit more chip damage to Golduck. And with the Icy Wind that we just did, Melly is now faster. So we can do this safely. Volt Switch. I want to do one quick double check. At 111. Ooh, that works too now. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a stare or like freewheeling, I guess, more, because we're in a safe position. Safe position. And that means where I was gonna switch in Grant, I'm gonna just switch in Will again. And Will can take the Ice Beam that was guaranteed to happen there. It was never going to be Hypnosis. The reason we go to Will here rather than Grant is just to save a Citrus. We can once again go to Melly, and he can take even a crit Surf at this HP. At worst, I take 104 damage. And now the Oran Berry that was not relevant for this situation. And Golduck now is now killed with Volt Switch. Perfect. Crit didn't matter. Because Volt Switch dealt at minimum 48%, and with that Icy Wind that would have been enough. So now we go to Cress. And Cress, with the Muscle Band, deals enough damage with Poltergeist to one-shot Decidueye. And this fight was fully safe. Fully safe, not quite, but yeah, no, it was fully safe with how we did it. Alright. One more down before we get to Winona. Let's get back, because we need to get the next team. I'll quickly run back, get the heal in. And as that is healing, let me highlight the next fight for you guys. This one is now beaten. And this one should be the focus. Alright. It's gonna take a bit of time, but the next fight is a double battle. And not an easy one. It took me a bit to figure this one out, but I found it eventually. It is contingent on setting up Tailwind, surprisingly. But not on turn 1. How are we gonna do that? Let's go ahead and show off the team. We only need 5 Pokemon for this. As insurance, we're gonna also bring... Not you, because you need to be brought anyway. Actually, first let me clean up the items. Saved. 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 I'm also gonna quickly give items, because I might as well. You're gonna get another Oranberry. You're gonna get... Yeah, spoilers, Crook is gonna be brought here. Clay is one of the 2 damage dealers, and the other one is, of course, Hamilton. With the fight now showing up at the bottom, it's the double battle of Flint and Eduardo, who use 3 Oricorios, and... Hold up. That is not at all how I planned that fight. Oh dear. Okay. We need to redo this one entirely. Because if you look over here, I thought that... I didn't consider that one of them had like the 3 Oricorios. I thought Venomoth was one of the leads. But it's not. So I need to kind of adjust my plan accordingly. How are we going to do this? Let me show off what I had in mind, because my original plan was this. I kill Venomoth, and then Pom Pom comes in, and I can just chain kill everything after a Tailwind. That's like the general gist. Naturally, if Pom Pom is in on the first turn, I cannot do that. So what do we do instead? I think it's just setting up Hamilton early. And still, like, go about it similarly, but just use Hamilton more aggressively. Let's go. Let's go over this real quick. So the first plan I have, the first turn I would do is like Rock Slide with a Heartstone and have Caracosta alongside it to bait Energy Ball and then Revelation Dance. At level 65 it baits both moves, so I'm not really worried about it too much. Then Arcanine could just Rock Slide, which puts Ribombee onto Sash, and Oricorio low. Low enough where another Rock Slide will kill it. I should bait in just down the line, meaning Oricorio Bale comes in. That is a bit of an issue though, right? Except it doesn't have to, it depends. Because whatever. because of the fact that I could crit or choreo and therefore change the outcome a bit. Actually, no, okay, so we know what moves are going to be clicked. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this? I could still set up a Tailwind turn 1. It's just as easy, because I could set up a Tailwind turn 1 instead. It's equally easy. I just need to find out what the attacks are on turn 2. Like, it's Energy Ball into Revelation Dance, and if I have something that can take both, then we're good. We're running and bunning again, indeed. And I had something planned for this fight, and somehow clicking your stream turns my entire Twitch Greek. Why Greek? Am I set to like a Greek? Am I set to Greek? What? Why am I? Okay, I need to find out what is going on there, or if that's a me thing or not. Because if I'm not Greek. That definitely looks Greek. Why is it Greek? No, because my language is just set to Dutch. So I doubt it's a me thing. I think your setting is just weird for some reason. Okay. Okay, I think I can do the same thing I had in mind. I just need to adjust my order a bit. So if I turn 1 Tailwind, turn 2 switch out Talonflame into Hisuian Arcanine and Costa into Crocodile. Then both of those just bait down the line. Leave in a few minutes, but maybe I'll catch you when I get back later. Sure thing. Thanks for popping in for a bit. So, Rock Slide, and then this Rock Slide doesn't have to kill, but it could. It has to. That's the issue. Right, for that I had like a different idea. It's not to switch to Crook. It's to switch into Hisuian Electrode, who could take both of those moves. Easily. Easily. And I have an Oranberry just in case, so I never bait Icy Wind. Right. So, and then I Volt Switch Pom Pom, which puts it in guaranteed range of Rock Slide, therefore I don't need to worry about triggering the Iapapa Berry. And then that kills, and then I'm on turn 3, so I have one more turn of Tailwind after. Sorry, Rock Slide, and then I can Rock Slide again for kill. Except I had the idea of bringing in Crocodile last time, which is an option. Except I might be threatened by Daz, but that's fine. That would be fine. Quickly just trying to see if I'm missing anything. So okay, let's write this down. Turn 1, I wouldn't protect and kill Venno, but rather I protect Tailwind. Turn 2, both see slow kill into Costa. I switch to Hisuian Electrode and Crook, I guess. Would a Life Orb matter here? No. So I just go for Heartstone. I'd switch to Crook was the idea. And then he baits a fast kill from both of them because of the fact that I take, not necessarily both of them, but definitely from no, not black glasses, but definitely from Rabombi. Yeah, definitely from Rabombi. And in the worst case scenario, he's going to Icy Wind me. So I do need to switch to Hark then. So I can just Volt Switch and kill. And because he is going to Pollen Puff me, is that true? Let's double check. No, he's always going to Pollen Puff me. So I can Volt Switch into something that can take that. That could also be Dreadnought instead then. I did need Dreadnought for like a later fight. Did I need him leveled? Yes, 68. So I can do that if need be. It's currently level 57. So I can bring him down to 64-ish. Yeah, 64-ish should do. And then Rock Slide, or Rock Tomb, depending on who I need to hit, because I might need to hit Orcorio Pom Pom, or Pau. I don't want to miss anything, right? So, okay, Protect Tailwind, Bosi Slowkill into Costa, switch to Hisuian Electrode, and Hisuian Arcanine. Oricorio sees Slowkill into Talon. No, that's no longer the case. Oricorio sees Rabombi sees Slowkill, Pollen Puff, Slowkill, Pollen Puff into Hisuian Electrode. No Dazzling Gleam. Turn 3. I switch. Switch Talon to Hark. And Costa to Helek. Voltage Orcorio and KO with, like, Volt Switch Orcorio, KO with Slide, Rabombi down to Sash. Could a Talonflame hit help me? Talonflame is just on the field anyway, right? Oh, a Flare Blitz can help. Not necessarily enough, though. But maybe with a Charcoal? No, because then it could still be in range of an Eopapa, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, so that's not the option I would want it to be. Buff into Electrode, we Volt Switch. We KO with Rock Slide, and we put Ribombee to its Sash. Then Dret takes Pollen. Maybe just Talonflame takes the Pollen Puff, right? Because we bait down the line with Hisuian Arcanine. No, we do not. We bait in Oricorio. But we do bait down the line with Talonflame. So if we order it correctly, we can just bait down the Oricorio and take a double kill. Meaning that Venomoth and Oricorio Pau come in. And I can Flare Blitz Venomoth for kill. And Pau is not threatening Hisuian Arcanine anyway. But it might be threatening Talon. Yeah, it does threaten Talon a bit. So that's not quite the option. What about just straight up bringing Crook in? Because the reason I didn't do it before was to stagger the moves, right? But I don't need to do that anymore. I could just Rock Slide, and then Rock Slide again. And that should kill both of them easily. And if nothing else, I can always Flare Blitz and Knock instead. And then it just leaves Oricorio Bail, and I can just go to Dreadnought if he sees a kill into Crook. And Ribombee never kills Crocodile because of the fact that Crocodile would come in on an Energy Ball and on a crit that never kills. He's just bulky enough. Yeah, so both Ceciloko into Costa, switch Talon to Hark, and Costa to Krook. Double slide KOs. Is that always the case? No. No, it is not. Because of the Berry, right? That's the issue there. And I do need to specifically Rock Slide. I have an Unnervemon, right? I do. It's not just you. It's where is Pyroar? There. So what I can do instead is just, because he's faster, so I can Flamethrower or Hyper Voice. I can Hyper Voice and then Rock Slide. And then I would bait an Oricorio, which is perfect, and Venomoth can help with Pyro can help with Venomoth as well. Yeah, that works then instead. Right? Because he can... the question is, can he come in on Energy Ball into... No, not in the slightest. Could Hisuian Arcanine? Nope, not even close. Okay. So, I know Crook will take an energy ball. And on the low end, I bait random move from Ribombee. And no move from Oricorio whatsoever. Alright. Do I have someone else with spread damage that can help me, maybe? And it has to take Energy Ball and Revelation Dance. A grass type is like the main one, right? It's a Sceptile. Boom. And then -1. Boom. It does bait a random move, but with a Citrus. 42. It could still bait Icy Wind. And I'd rather it doesn't. Not to mention... Now, the Dazzling Gleam is fine. Hisuian Arcanine can take that just fine. I'm not using my turns well enough, I think. Maybe I just, like, let Hisuian Arcanine use moves from turn 1 and bait moves with the other slot constantly. Because Rock Slide into Rock Slide will kill Oricorio. And also Ribombee. So I lead Hark and Costa. Protect Slide. The issue is, I might already kill Oricorio Pom-Pom, right? And that's what we don't want to have happen. So maybe I Flare Blitz Ribombee. Who's the left side in this fight? Who's the left side would be the Oricorios, right? Let me check. I'll do that on my phone, actually. That's probably a better idea. If I were to look up small and VODs, Sapphire, where is it? Run and Bun. Too many types, no. I believe I just have the playlist saved. Actually, Run and Bun. There we go. Gym 5. Most important 50-50, 5 versus so on. This one. Yeah. This is the Masquerain fight. The Rotom, Porygon. Yeah, okay, the Oricorio is always on the left side. So if I can set up a double kill, then Oricorio takes single target damage and I just OHKO it. So I protect, attack Ribombee with whatever. And then I switch to something that can take the 2 moves and still bait moves. That would probably be Electrode then, right? Because Electrode definitely baits Venomoth's moves. Not that it needs to. And it baits Oricorio's moves. It baits Oricorio Bale to click Revelation Dance, maybe Air Slash. Right? Yeah. Then Hisuian Arcanine takes its 2 kills. Both these low switched. Costa to Helek. Slight double kills. Helek takes double hit. Does it need to be in specific range? No, because Revelation Dance easily KOs. And here Sludge Bomb or Bug Buzz does as well. And I can... The only issue is... Wait, no, I'm outside of Tailwind. The only issue here is... What if I give it a Life Orb, actually? What? 1 second. Nope. Not enough. Not that it matters, actually. So... Heart Stone. Back. Because I need to take... like, chunky special moves... And I don't know which type. It can be like 4 types. Right? It can be both Bug Buzz and Sludge Bomb. And it can also be both Revelation Dance and Air Slash. Unless I do go to Crook. No, because then it's still the same. Because I can have my special defense lowered. Maybe... Mamo is barely too frail to take an energy ball. The problem is you basically just want a grass type to switch in, right? Yeah, maybe an electric type. Maybe... Ampy? Ampy cannot take both moves, guaranteed. But I don't have him fully leveled yet. So what I could do is make it so it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter whatsoever. So no. That's not an option either. Torterra? That could work. Maybe. Because I... Then I don't bait Sludge Bomb anymore. I guarantee bait Bug Buzz. And it's not going to be crit. So... Here's Revelation Dance Air Slash. And here it's always Bug Buzz. So I know better what to expect. So yeah. Switch in Torterra. Baiting Bug Buzz and Revelation Dance or Air Slash. Venomoth is slightly faster. So I need to be able to take the Bug Buzz at -1 into the Revelation Dance. Or the Air Slash. Option 3. Is there maybe an option where I lead with something that easily dies to both of them? And then I can switch out, right? That's maybe also an idea. My level 50 Octillery, level 55 right now, guarantees Energy Ball and Revelation Dance as well. Oh, it's just Sceptile. I am way overcomplicating this. Because Sceptile baits the moves. I just give it an Iron Ball. then Oricorio sees a fast kill, and Venomoth will see a fast kill. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. A slow kill is enough. So I switch to Sceptile. Sceptile takes Energy Ball, Revelation Dance. It can take those. It then switches in Oricorio and Venomoth, both of which only have single target moves. Hisuian Arcanine Rock Slides, KOing at least Oricorio, potentially also Venomoth. And then the final Oricorio comes in, who will... What is it? It's Hidden Power Fire. Okay. Who will absolutely see a kill with Revelation Dance. Or Hidden Power. But that's two moves I can probably take decently well with, like... Lycanroc? I don't mind the idea of Lycanroc, because then I can just... Excel Rock plus E-Speed. I just need to give him... I was gonna say Life Orb, but... No, I can do that. No, because I need him under-leveled. So no, not Lycanroc, but... A Fire and Psychic Resist. Or a Psychic Resist that is neutral to Fire. Preferably one that's faster. Alolan Raichu, duh. So now it's a Formon line. Even easier. Okay. Let's do it. It's level 65. Sceptile. Cause Sceptile at 65. Can he take both of those moves even at 65? Double checking. Oh, that is -1. So, hup. -1. Yes. Yes, he can. Perfect. Okay. So level 65 Sceptile. And level... I don't need to even level... Alolan Raichu, right? Because I can just... always deal max damage with Rock Slide the turn after. I just E-Speed the Venomoth for the kill. If it's not already killed. And otherwise I just Rock Slide for kill. Alorai. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Lead Heart Costa, Protect Attack for Bombi. Both Slowpoke to Costa, switch Costa to Elect. Elect takes double hits, Slide double kills. Into Sceptile, not Halek. Double Slide KOs. Turn 3, it's Protect Sceptile, Slide KOs, Oricorio. I need to make sure I have cost in slot 2. And I need to save beforehand for Left Guy Bug. I always need to remember that. Protect Sceptile, Slide KOs Oricorio, might KO both target Sceptile, Slide KOs Oricorio, might KO Veno. Turn 4, E-Speed Veno if not KO'd, else Slide. Pivot Alorai. Turn 5, Fake Out plus Slide KOs. Easy. Let's get this going. Oh, Surge is already 69, so it's whatever. You. Hammy. And I'll bring Gordy, I get. No, I don't even want to. I don't want to do that. I'll bring Bryson, man, actually. That sounds like fun. And Will also sits on the final Oricorio. And his second one too, actually. Decently enough. That's gonna go in the bag. That's gonna go in the bag. Heartstone. No item, no item, no item, no item. That's all I need. Okay. It's time for some Hamilton gaming. And that's how quick we sometimes need to... I'm glad I noticed this beforehand and not as the fight started. That's weird. There's like this little stutter. Never noticed. Okay. And here it is. I'm gonna save real quick in case of left guy bug. And then we're gonna check the team. It's Hammy, Grant, Surge, Silent, Bryson, Man, Will. That checks out. And let's see if we get left guy bugged. There's no need for Winona or Orginally to deal with you. I'm plenty good enough for you. The lovers of bird Pokemon aspire to join this gym. As a member of the Fortree Gym, I'm not allowed to lose. Unfortunately, you don't have a choice. Okay, we're good. We are good. Turn 1 here. We do not want to kill Oricorio yet. So we extreme speed the Ribombee. To be clear, the whole gimmick of this fight is Quiver Dance with Dancer Oricorios. We have this setup, such as Grand baits both of them to kill it, with both Energy Ball and Revelation Dance respectively. We're gonna set up a chain kill, or a double kill. But not quite yet. The Ribombee has Focus Sash, so if we want a double kill, we need to, bring him down to his Sash, or at least break the Sash. There's the Energy Ball from Ribombee, and the Revelation Dance from Oricorio. Now we're gonna abuse a bug in this game. Normally, spread damage Rock Slide and Oricorio is not enough to kill it. We're gonna kill it this turn anyway with just that Rock Slide. And in the meantime, they're gonna use the exact same moves. Silent can take both. Even after the special defense drop potential from Energy Ball, even with double crit. There's the Energy Ball. No special defense drop, so it doesn't even matter. Revelation Dance. Hurts, not enough. And now Rock Slide. The reason this Rock Slide kills Ribombee is clear. It was a guaranteed KO anyway. But now that it's gone, Oricorio here is going to take full damage. As if it's the only target of Rock Slide, as if it's a single battle. Therefore, it deals like, what was it again? I believe it's 50 or 33% more, something like that. And that's just enough to guarantee a kill there. Perfect. Grand goes to 66. That's unfortunate, but not something we could avoid. Wave number 2, Venomoth, again with a Quiver Dance set. Quiver Dance, Sludge Bomb, Bug Buzz, and Sleep Powder. And Oricorio, who wants to abuse it. Once again, we Rock Slide, and because both will see a slow kill, but at least a kill into Silent, They're going to target Silent, and we are going to detect. Sludge Bomb. Could have been either Sludge Bomb or Bug Buzz. Did not really matter. That was going to be either Revelation Dance or Air Slash. Also didn't matter. Here, we at least KO Oricorio. Venomoth was a chance to be KO'd. We don't really mind that Venomoth is not KO'd. Taking the boosted. Silent is going to get some XP. And finally, Oricorio once again. We are going to Extreme Speed Venomoth to ensure that there's only one hit into Silent. Silent here is always going to be targeted by Oricorio with Revelation Dance. It might also be Hidden Power, actually. Actually, it could also be Hidden Power. But both of those we can take just fine with any of the Mons in the back. I had a Raichu written down. Honestly, I want to do something fun, and I'm going to go to Bryson Man. Because Bryson Man... Will can take the Hidden Power or the Revelation Dance with absolute ease. Hamilton gets some experience. Silent and Bryson Man get some experience. What? How? I thought it saw a kill. Apparently it did not see a kill? That's peculiar. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen here now. Okay, we have a turn. We can just Rock Slide easily, and we can... Which one kills? Night Daze has a chance to kill. Sucker Punch does not, so we're gonna Night Daze. Will just uses Night Daze. And is just gonna be done here, right? Super effective. Iapapa Berry pops. And we're just not gonna be confused here. Hidden Power Fire into Will. Unfortunate, but not a big deal. And Hamilton here should... Okay, it hurts itself. That's annoying. It's always going to be Hidden Power Fire now, so I'm just going to switch to Grant. We're still fine. Right, we have a few turns. We were not really threatened by anything specific. Hamilton snapped out. We're done. Rock Slide kills. Okay, I'm not quite sure why it Teeter Danced there, but it did. And we got through anyway. So, we're all good. Too much of a load for me to bear. Alright, let's run back once again. And that is another one down. In the meantime, I'll quickly put the focus on the next fight, and as that is loading, I'm just going to quickly run back to the PC and the Pokemon Center too. We have 2 more fights remaining before we are at Winona. And they are the harder fights, generally. I'm not sure if they're... I believe both of them I found a fully safe line, though. At least for the first one. For the first one, we need... the first one being Darius, by the way. The Darius at the bottom there with Clefable, Noivern, Crobat, and Gliscor. So, I'm gonna quickly grab the team I had in mind. We do need you as well. We also need Dread. Where's Dread? There's Dread. I'm gonna use Wake a little bit again. Grant, I need to not use for a little bit. Silent did its job. We're gonna bring Faulkner. And we're bringing Lana. Okay, I'm gonna quickly also grab the items. You need a poison barb. Poison barb, not poison gem. It's at the bottom. Of course it is. Poison barb. We need a pixie plate on Lana. We need a Chesto berry on Hamilton. Chesto. We need a very rare and sparsely used item, the flying gem, which we should have. Flying gem on Faulkner, and a mystic water on Will. Mystic water. I'm gonna quickly check what I have written down, of course. So let me bring you back over here. This was a relatively simple line, I believe, so it should also be simple to check. First off, Sneasler at level 64 with a poison barb. Fake out into poison jab kills every single time. That much is easy. 225. Yeah, that's clear. Noivern sees a kill with Hurricane. We switch to Dread on the Hurricane. We switch to, with the Flying Gem now consumed, with us at 68. The Flying Gem means he's always going to Dragon Pulse. We can go to Primarina. And he's going to Super Fang because that's the highest damaging move, and Moonblast kills. Crobat comes in, is going to click Cross Poison guaranteed. We can go to Hisuian Arcanine on the Cross Poison, and then Rock Slide into E-Speed kills. Yeah, Glysaur comes up and might use Earthquake or Sky Uppercut. It can never Sword Dance, and there's a small chance of it. No, that's maybe do a Wing Beat, probably not. We can switch to Talonflame. We switch to Slowbro. And we don't even need... Honestly, no. We just switched to Slowbro. And the whole tech that I had before is not gonna come online. It's sad. It's sad, but it's fine. I also don't need you to use the Mystic Water. Oh well. We are battle ready once again. This should be... Ooh. Only the... this one was... Initially, I did need to use a resource here. I don't need to anymore for the very simple reason that I caught that Sneasler. So, that's really fortunate, right? I misordered myself. And that's because I do need to fight him right now. Okay, before anything else, I do need to level. I need Ingo to be at level 64. It gets a gunk shot here, which I'm not going to teach it gunk shot. The other moves are too good, and poison jab, I prefer the accuracy, right? We're never going to use gunk shot aside from baiting purposes, and I don't expect to be baiting anything specific. So I'm just not going to teach it gunk shot. We're fine with that. We're going to go to 64. And that's as far as we need to go. Lana needs to go to 69. Faulkner can stay at 65. No, he needs to also go to 69. No, with what I do now, I did not need to do that, but whatever. And Wake goes to 68. We're at the point in the game where you prefer to not level your mons as much as you can. For the very simple reason that it helps in baiting here and there. It makes specific crit ranges more useful. It gives you more options. That's really the long and short of it. I'm a bit more... I'm not gonna say dumb with it, in the sense that I'm just a bit more reckless with it. I tend to over-level or level to the cap as much as I can. And it's something I need to adjust, starting with this split. I've been trying to pull back on it. Which is why some mons are still under-leveled, and I still have, like, level 64 Sneasler instead of just bumping him up to 69, where I'm probably gonna have him anyway because it's an attacker. Stuff like that. Double check that I have the right items. Barb, none. Chesto, Pixie, none. Flying Gem. Yeah, I did need Mystic Water before, but that was because I had him estimated at 3 levels lower. So we are good. Lead is Sneasler. Let's go. Better know that there are all sorts of flying type Pokemon. You do know that, right? Yes, I do. Why are you using a non-flying type though, then? Because last I checked, without a Mega Stone, Clefable does not have a flying type. It's kind of weird how this kind of becomes prophetic, right? Ah well, Fake Out into Poison Jab kills the Clefable. I only need a tiny bit of chip damage to make sure the Poison Jab kills. At level 69, I probably could have just used Poison Jab off rip. That's the realistically the better way to do it, or the simpler way to do it, but eh. Actually, no it's not. I did need Ingo specifically at level 64, because now it guarantees that Hurricane sees a kill. We can go to Wake on the Hurricane. I say that, that's not true at all. Because I was calculating with Flying Gem, or without Flying Gem before. Hurricane missed? Oh, that's not great. I forgot it can do that. Okay, how do I want to go about this then? I'm gonna Rock Tomb. And hope that he doesn't confuse me. Okay, there's the Hurricane. So it just delayed everything by a turn. I'm not confused, so nothing, like, we're still on track. And with -1 speed, I'm not faster anyway. This is now guaranteed Dragon Pulse. So now we can go to Lana just fine. Yeah, that's Dragon Pulse. And with the gem consumed, this is always going to be Super Fang. And Moonblast kills. Moonblast kills. There we go. Two down, two to go. Everyone gets some experience, of course, and here is Crobat. Crobat sees a fast kill with, at this point, Brave Bird or Cross Poison. Hamilton can take both. And because Crobat sees a kill, it's never going to Hypnosis me on the switch in. Ooh, that's a crit. That was a likely crit anyway because it's using Scope Lens. We don't really care, we can take two. Hypnosis missed, +1 Chesto, easy. Very important, of course. And E-Speed kills. Alright. Now, finally, in comes Gliscor. Because Gliscor will see a fast kill with Earthquake. We can quickly switch out. And we're just gonna go straight to Will. I wanted to show my cool tech. It's not necessary anymore. The reason we needed a tech is because we needed Slowbro to come in and specifically do Wing Beat before. At level 67, that's barely the case. And this way, now we no longer need it, we could just take 2 Earthquakes. Before, there was a small chance that double crit max roll Earthquake would kill. It deals, like, now it deals just below 50 at 109. Even at level 69, that could not have been the case. So level 70 just trivializes this fight altogether. And I wasted some levels on Talon. Oh well, not the biggest deal. One more to go before we get to Winona and we start planning again. I'm gonna quickly run back again. Here we go. And heal me up, please. Heal me up, heal me up, heal me up. And what is the next one? Let me highlight the next one. This one is defeated, and this one needs to be focused. And as that is going on, let me grab what I had in mind for the team. I believe there's a small risk I'm taking. It's a minuscule risk though. But altogether, it's one that I'm fine with. And one that I believe I even kind of avoid with that level I gave Slowbro. So we're gonna bring Gordy. Gordy is gonna be one of the most pivotal... this is gonna be Gordy's biggest fight so far. I'm also quickly doing the items first. I might as well give you your Heartstone already. I need you two to take the item that you have back into the bag. And now let's bring the team. It's going to be Elisa. Wake is gonna stay. Hamilton is going to go back, and instead we're bringing... Where are you? Cress? We're not bringing Lana, but we are bringing Alistair. And we're bringing Will, and that's everyone. Perfect. We need you to have a Heartstone, you to be a Mega. We need you to hold a Mystic Water. Mystic Water. We need you to not hold anything. We need you to hold a Citrus. Citrus. And we need you to hold a Leppa. We're going full-on stall strats. Nah, not really. It's insurance. Really. I could send it. I'm just gonna do the same thing, and I'm over-preparing myself. Let's see. Calculator for myself as well. Because the first turn is easy. The first turn is real easy. Thanks to the Heartstone, Gordy always kills. At level 65. It will bait in Archeops. Archeops probably sees the kill with Stone Edge. It might not. There's a 12% chance for it to click Stealth Rock instead. In that case, we have a backup that involves Delmise and some pivoting. We need Mega Ampharos to bait some moves. And we are still using who I'm missing in this one, Basque. We basically use Ampy for Corviknight. We use Slowbro for Surfetched. We use Basculegion and some minor recoil from Flare Blitz. Or Accel Rock for Blaziken. And Archeops is gonna be, like everything else basically is all Gordy. Want to see if there's anything that I'm missing. No. If it's chicken that clicks. I'm potentially risking the life of Dreadnought. And only Dreadnought. Because we have Caracosta, that is a minuscule loss. Let's go ahead and go to the fight. I think I'm just ready. I checked everything real quick. It should be fine. This is the one I actually did last night. I do need to level everyone up. Let's see. I need Delma. I need Alistair to fully level. I need Elisa. I don't even think I need to level Elisa. Yes, no, I do. Because Elisa might bait... Yeah, in the specific line that might happen, I need Elisa to come in first. And then I might need to take 2 body presses, and then I need to make sure that I need him to be as bulky as possible, basically. Double check my items. Heartstone, Ampharosite, Citrus, Mystic Water, none, Leppa. Perfect. Then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we are. The final fight before Winona. And let's get this going. I checked the items, I checked the levels. Let's go. What? Is that the one I just did and I missed one? Oh, yeah, it is. Oops. There we go. And back. There we are. This is the one we actually need to fight. Here we go, Jarrett. With Yanmegas, Surfetched, Corviknight, Archeops, and the chicken. The demon chicken. We're risking 1 mon here because of said chicken. Not even specifically the chicken, actually, but like the general team here. Let's go. Behold the elegant battle style of bird Pokemon. Yeah, like Yen Mega. Alright, Birdkeeper Jarrett uses Yen Mega, and that Yen Mega only has 3 moves, like a chump. But those 3 moves are scary. It's Bug Buzz, Air Slash, and U-Turn, and except for the fact that I just have Excel Rock to outspeed and KO it, it could be a genuine threat. Bye-bye. And we barely don't kill with our natural attack. So we needed the Heartstone there. But that's fine. Archeops comes in, because Archeops sees a kill with Stone Edge on me with all but... I need to make sure that I say correctly. All but 2 rolls. And in every other scenario, it's most likely to Stealth Rock. However, we're going to abuse the Defeatist ability that Archeops has, because after Defeatist, the Stone Edge will never kill anymore. So we Excel Rock, so we can take the Stone Edge that it might use. It used Stone Edge. Okay, that's just the easy line. And it not critting is perfect. Excel Rock once more, and we're done. This baits in Surfetched. And here he is, Surfetched. Surfetched sees a slow kill with close combat. And at this HP amount, close combat only. We're gonna go to Will, who can take that just fine. And that's the close combat. And now Surfetched is going to click a random move between close combat, dual wing beat, and poison jab. To ensure ourselves better against the chicken, we're gonna slack off here. Poison jab is the worst move, because if he poisons me, then I kind of did it for nothing. Okay, I didn't do it for nothing. Good. We're gonna psychic for kill. Close combat, I'm fine with that. Perfect. That's good. That's good. That's good. And that is Surfetched down. 2 more to go. At this HP amount, I should always bait in Corviknight. Yes. Corviknight is going to do one of 2 things. It's going to do wing beat me, or it's going to bulk up. Both of those are fine. Elisa can take a dual wing beat, and if he bulks up, that's fine too. Because our attack that we're going to use is special. We're going to Mega Evolve and Thunderbolt. Corviknight here is going to click Body Press because it sees we can kill because of Thunder. We Mold Breaker, we don't really care for the Unnerve anymore. Body Press here hurts, will never kill. Even in a crit, nothing that could have happened there would have scared us too much. Alright. And finally, the chicken. Because we show a kill with Thunder, it's never going to actually use Sword Dance, one of the scariest moves Blaziken could use in this scenario. It's going to close combat, and only close combat. We can go to Chris. Chris naturally is immune to close combat, so it's never going to worry about what it can do. It's speed boosting. My entire team was slower anyway. We don't really care. Liquidation here has a chance to kill. It's not a likely one though. And that is fine. Blaziken here is going to click Acrobatics, and on a crit that is never going to kill me. We have a Muscle Band equipped, or a Mystic Water equipped rather. And there is going to be exactly 3 rolls of Liquidation that do not kill Blaziken. If that's the case, that's fine. We have 3 damage to deal to it, and we have a few ways we can do that. For now, Crest can tank the acrobatics, only taking 95-ish% on a crit at max. And liquidation barely doesn't do enough. That's annoying. Now it's going to acrobatics again. This time we're going to switch in Wake. Well, Wake can take that acrobatics perfectly fine. And bait close combat. We're also going to count them just in case. That's the second close combat. It's now going to... that's going to be used right now. We're going to go to Alistair. With the Flying Gem gone, I see another option potentially, but... no. Okay, so now it's going to Flare Blitz me or Acrobatics me. We're going to go back to Wake. And take either of those moves. If it's Flare Blitz, recoil kills it, and we're done. We are done. In fact, that was guaranteed, because we did not have the Flying Gem consumed. Perfect. No deaths whatsoever. Exactly what we hoped for. And now we need to start working on you. Let's run back. Supposedly, Winona is not that difficult. Based on what I've heard. Or at least, like, it's not nearly as monumental as any of many of the other gym leaders. It's absolutely harder than Flannery is if you have the right team. But it's comparatively simpler than what's he called? Norman. That's the one I was looking for. Focus. Okay. As that is loading, and I need to adjust my plan tab to Winona. Here she is. What? How long have I been streaming for? Actually, 2 hours already. Wow. I guess needing to suddenly plan an extra fight kind of does that, huh? I want to real quick be a bit dirty, maybe, with fudging the numbers, because I believe what was the requirements for affiliate again? I don't remember what you need. You need 4 days of streaming in a month and a minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. Gotcha. 4 different days, though. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Because I've seen that I've been on, like, hovering between 4 and 3 viewers for a while, so, like... It feels bad to go about it that way, but on the other hand, you know, might as well abuse the system a little bit there. But no. We're just going to go for it. We're just gonna go ahead and do it live. Winona. 6 Mons, one of which is a Mega, one of which is an Ultra Beast, one of which is a Mythical, one of which is, for all intents and purposes, a pseudo-legendary, and then there's 2 fast birds. Let's go and try to work on this. I have, like, a few things in mind already. First off, I know that Slowbro can take on Hawlucha if you can come in after the Flying Gem is consumed, or if you get high rolled by the Flying Gem on the first go around. Then Slowbro can like stall with Slack Off and KO with Psychic easily. I have written down that Hisuian Arcanine, if he can come in on Flamethrower specifically, with a Charcoal, one-shot Celesteela. He can also come in on Rock Slide, technically. But, yeah, you prefer not to. In the same vein, Hisuian Arcanine, Rock Sliding Volcarona, you can Rock Slide into E-Speed and take on Volcarona just fine. Avalugg, I've written down as someone who can handle the Staraptor. The only downside is that it baits a random move after. Now, I see other ways. For example, I could use Delmise instead. And that would be specifically by leading with Hisuian Arcanine, switching to Delmise on the guaranteed close combat, and then like anchor shotting something. Either anchor shotting what comes in, or just anchor shotting Staraptor for some hefty damage. The problem there is mostly the volatility. I do not know what exactly will happen, right? I know that there's a 50-50 chance that Volcarona comes in. I originally had it with Basculegion, but either of the ghost types, right? That's a general idea there. Let's also look into Volcarona, and I see that Talonflame and Gyarados should be able to handle it alright. I also think that Dreadnought could do it. After a Rock Tomb, he is faster, so like if he can be brought in, he could do it. Same vein with Caracosta, Liquidation into Aqua Jet would kill. Problem is Bug Buzz crit does kill as well. Or +1 from Fiery Dance, right? Anyway. For Shaman. Shaman is the biggest issue. Because Shaman has a chance to one-shot and kill everything on my team. The one thing I have for it is a Life Orb Mamoswine that has an Ice Shard that can kill with all but 2 rolls of it. So I could invest a skill there, and oh yeah, furthermore, Mamoswine can come in on non-Seed Flare. If I can guarantee that I don't see Seed Flare coming in, I'm good. I can do that with like Talonflame, with not Gyarados, but with Talonflame, or with with Delmise, or with Hisuian Arcanine. Yeah, but it's hard to confirm, but it's an option, right? I can also use Turtonator Boom. I would prefer not to, naturally, but a Silk Scarf Boom would always work here. And he can come in on... He cannot really come in on anything is the issue there, right? Neither with Avalugg. Avalugg is just KO by Seed Flare. And finally, I need specifically Primarina for Altaria. Avalugg cannot do it. Mega Ampharos cannot do it because he is going to be a Fairy type. Berserker cannot do it because he takes too much from Flamethrower. Primarina is an option. So what do I have right now that I need? Like, what do I need so far? Evolug's also an option. What do I need? I need Hisuian Arcanine. I probably need Slowbro. I could see a Ghost type just being useful in general to bait Acrobatics into something. Probably like Avalugg to bait close combat as well. And then Slowbro can help out that way. I like, that's as far as I can get. So that's like what I managed to find last night, like after being done with the previous fight. One second, that I need to check up on. Nah, not right now. I could theoretically use Ampy or like Turtonator, but no. That's just pure theory, right? I do want to bring a Ghost type, but I don't know if I need to. I don't know if I need to. I think right now, like, my first train of thought is I need an Intimidator and I need Prim for Altaria. I just need Prim for Altaria. Because with a Pixie Plate, Moonblast doesn't kill. Oh, it still does. Still does? Huh. Oh yeah, the special defense doesn't go up. So Primarina coming in on like Flamethrower would be fine. Coming in on Flamethrower though is the issue. Because there's a big chance that I come in on Hyper Voice. I think this is gonna be a fight where I need a sacrifice. How that's gonna look, I don't know yet, but I think I have like these 5 slots, these 4 slots confirmed. I bring Mamo, I bring Avalugg, I bring Hisuian Arcanine, I bring Primarina. I can see myself bringing Berserker, maybe, because if he comes in on Hyper Voice, he can deal some decent damage with Bullet Punch. I can see myself bringing Hisuian Electrode as a pivot, like a general purpose pivot. But I need him, like, I don't know what I would use him for specifically. Not Hawlucha, he cannot really, it can come in on Stone Edge, but that's it. Not really Celesteela, though he does bait Flamethrower or Earthquake is the issue. The or Earthquake there is the issue. So I don't know, right? I have like general plans, I just don't know how to put them in motion, like how to order them, how to work it out. I think the Avalugg Staraptor line is probably fine, right? I use Avalugg for Staraptor. I think that much just works. I use Avalanche or I use Icicle Crash. I can give him a Citrus, and we're good. We are just fine. I will bait in Volcarona, and there's the big issue. Volcarona clicks a random move. And the only way to really combat that is to risk it. The The only other option I could see is like switch in Lycan to no. Just gonna quickly put everything in box 2 for myself and like put box 1 as like the backup mon options, like the potential mons. I think these 3 are definitely set in stone. The 4th one, not so much yet. Right? Because it's the only way I see myself taking on Shaman Sky is Mamoswine Ice Shard. And because even with a crit, Air Slash or Earth Power doesn't one-shot me even through the Life Orb damage. I just need to make sure that I have something that doesn't Big Seed Flare. I think that boils down to Talonflame. Talonflame cannot really come in on anything. Like, it can come in on Psychic, kind of. And then Acrobatics. Maybe set up Tailwind. The problem is, it might be Psychic. And if it's Fiery Dance, I'm still fucked, right? There's no way around that. And I do not want to sack if I can help it. Which is why I don't use Avalugg there. But what do I use then? I think the plan of using Basculegion or Delmise is probably my best bet. Because if I use that, okay, let's assume Delmise, right? If I assume Delmise, then it would be Volk that comes in. And Volk will always Fiery Dance. But because of the fact that I already chipped it then with whatever I used, probably Anchor Shot, I can go to Talonflame on the Fiery Dance and KO with Acrobatics for sure. But then Staraptor comes back in and clicks Brave Bird or Double Edge. And we're back to square one. Yeah, we would be back to square one. Not to mention Talonflame's HP is kind of necessary. Yeah, but the HP I lose is not relevant enough. No, it's not relevant enough. Because who could take that? Yeah, Torkoal can technically take it, but he cannot really do anything with it. Same with Costa. He cannot really do anything with it. Maybe he can? He can use it to knock. At level 69. He can take even like... He might not take 2 crits. But if I knock it off, then he would no longer have this choice item, and all of a sudden Talonflame outspeeds it. No, it doesn't. This doesn't work. Okay, so then what if I use Basket Legion instead? What if I do the same plan but use Basket Legion? I would use Liquidation or Psychic Fangs or Surf. Probably Psychic Fangs, because the Mon that would switch in would be Shaman Sky, guaranteeing Seed Flare. I can go to Talon on the Seed Flare, and even if it's crit minus defense, minus 2 special defense, it's never going to be Seed Flare after, so he's always going to Air Slash me. I can then go to Mamo and Ice Shard on what is guaranteed to be like Air Slash, but then Staraptor comes in and is going to click a random move between these 3. Then I could sack Mamo with like Ice Shard. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of just stumped. Honestly. I was gonna say I could bait Brave Bird, maybe, with like leading with Delmise, but what am I gonna do with it? Because nothing on the team can really take that Brave Bird well enough to not be worried. Dreadnought, actually. No, because Dreadnought, even at level 69... I guess with a White Lens... or a Heartstone... because I don't need Stone Edge to Oko, I just need it... because I need to take 2 Brave Birds. But at that point, I'm not using Delmise for anything. Is Basket Legion doing anything else, aside from switching in on close combat? I guess switching in on, like, Hyper Voice and shit. But now I don't have anything on a team that baits Flamethrower, so that would have to be... There has to be a fire type that isn't Talonflame. No, it has not. Doesn't have to. It needs to be a poison type. Salazzle. No, no, because that doesn't bait it at all. And not like Berserker loves Earthquake either. Sneasler? At level 69 he should be faster, right? He absolutely is. And he can come in on Hyper Voice or Flamethrower. And then fake out with, like, maybe with a Poison Barb. No, it's not enough. Life Orb? Barely not enough. But if I was gonna sack Mamo to Altaria to like Ice Shard it, then that is an option. I'll put it in the options list. Not to mention that Fake Out is in general very useful, right? Not against Staraptor, but against Volcarona, for example. If he comes in on Bug Buzz, a Fake Out would help a lot. How am I that much? Oh, he's timid. Right. Against Hawlucha, well, he cannot really come in on... He can come in on Stone Edge, but he... And a Fake Out will help, but not much. Against Celesteela, he doesn't do anything. Against Sneasler, he can finish the job, I guess, if I don't invest into Mamo. Sneasler is an option, for sure. But that means Prim is not mandatory anymore, I think. Not really. Like, but I cannot use a Life Orb on Sneasler unless I scale this. If I were to scale it, is the Never Melt Ice enough? Never Melt Ice? No, it is not. Then we just get into the same issue. So I need Life Orb and Never Melt Ice. Life Orb and the scale. Quickly trying to reset. Let me refresh. It's probably the better way to do it. Highlight. And put everyone back in their place. I do have my own Altaria, but like... it's way too weak to do anything, right? I do have Hyper Voice. So I can definitely just do some things. Like here, against Hawlucha, that's quite a lot. It's not enough. Besides, I don't have the Mega Stone yet, so like I can do all this, it's not gonna matter. I put Gyarados in here, I put Talonflame in here. Prim is definitely in there. You're kind of in there, you're kind of in there, you're kind of in there. You're definitely in there. And I believe that's everything. Surprisingly, Alolan Raichu might do some things. Not really, though. But the main fight why I needed it is gone. But I'd still like to keep it if I can. Salazzle is honestly not a bad shout. Because with a Poison Barb after a bit of chip from someone, like a Fake Out or something like that, Salazzle is killing. And he can even Encore Altaria into Hyper Voice or Flamethrower. He can take 2 Flamethrowers and Sludge Bomb twice for kill. Yeah, no, Salazzle is my answer. I just need to make sure I don't come in on Earthquake. So I need a flying type. So Salazzle and can handle Altaria. Salazzle can handle Altaria. I need Hisuian Arcanine. He's like my only way to really threaten Celesteela. I kind of ampy, but like he's a Salt Vest, so no. I need Hamilton for this. And he needs to have a Charcoal, so he cannot really hold a Berry either. For this, I just kind of... Mamo is kind of my only option, right? It's that Life Orb Ice Shard is really my only option. This is that's a crit. This is not coming in on anything, because Earth Power then kills. Same here. To a slightly lesser extent, but same here. Same here. He cannot even come in on Seed Flare. Hisuian Electrode is slower. Like, annoyingly, he is slower. I could give it that little bit of extra speed with this scale, because he can come in on, like, everything at least once, and then Volt Switch. But then what? Salazzle also kind of... No, I need Salazzle at full HP to take on Altaria. Delmise was like a potential idea I had. Hawlucha is too slow to do anything of value. Lycanroc is not, like, out of the question with some additional chip. Raichu's not out of the question. Okay, let's work our way backwards, right? Hawlucha, there's a few mons that can take it on alright. Raichu can barely take the acrobatics, and with like a Twist Spoon, Fake Out into Psychic, is a range to kill. So that's not great. Not to mention I'm slower and I cannot really come in on anything. Slowbro is probably the best bet there, right? Because after acrobatics, I should be fine. He can also help a little bit with, like, Altaria, baiting Hyper Voice for Salazzle to come in on, and, like, taking both the other moves easily. So Slowbro definitely is a bring. And Slowbro can hold, like, a Citrus. I think this so far and this, like, these two so far are clear. I can also give you a Citrus because you don't need to one-shot anymore. And that gives you the opportunity to come in on Seed Flare exactly once. Yeah, that could work. Because then I can come in on Seed Flare exactly once, bait Air Slash or Earth Power, because even with a crit -2, then we're in different waters. I don't think that's enough. I don't think it's safe enough, but meh. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm not gonna really fix this right now. It's been a bit of a shorter stream. That's fine. I'm just gonna call it for now, and I will take this back up tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, then Wednesday. So for everyone that joined in, thank you for watching, and I will quickly actually raid someone, because that's just the polite thing to do. That's always at least how I feel about it. I believe... Let's see. My stream manager. And this should be... let's raid. Someone who's always... Let's look for people who are also playing Run and Bun. Let's see. Platinum. Ultimate Nuzlocke Gauntlet. Oh, here. Yeah, I'll bring you over to Walking Cake. He's been streaming a little bit longer than me, but that's fine, right? Yeah. Let's send you guys over there. So thank you for watching, and until next time, see you around.